All right, so here's the deal. It's April Fool's Day today, April 1st, 2018, and originally my plan for today is I was going to do like a fake Dragon Ball Super episode 132 review. Like I was going to go into like this storyline that I was going to make up like with these new characters and saying, "Oh, they lied to us, Super's actually around," but I didn't want to do that for two reasons. Number one, even though it probably would have been funny to a lot of you, because it would have had a lot of jokes, it would have also, like, people would have accused me of spreading misinformation and clickbaiting and whatnot. I really don't want to get accused of that, even though it is April Fool's Day. And number two, after looking at how the community's reacted for the past week, Super not being a weekly show anymore, at least not for now, has really affected a lot of people. And I just don't want to be that guy who ruined someone else's day. Like, I don't want to be that guy. So instead of doing that 132 review and doing like an April Fool's video, I figure, why not do an old school Q&A? So I went ahead and went on Facebook and took the questions from the audience, from all of you on the Facebook page, and I'm going to be answering them here. Overall, just a Dragon Ball Q&A, and I will respond to them here on this video. So, and those of you who wanted me to do that April Fool's prank, I mean, sorry, it's just, I just didn't want to ruin someone's day. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with these questions. All right, we haven't done one of these in a while. Open forum here. Do you find Dragon Ball Super superior to DBZ? Honestly, I feel like they have very different vibes. They do. I actually responded already and said Super is not better than Ball because somebody else had said that. Somebody else said that Super is better than Ball, and I disagree with that. I don't think Super is better than Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball at all. I had fun with Super. There were problems. Hopefully, when Super comes back, they will rectify those problems. But Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball just had better stories, in my opinion. They were more interesting. So I don't think they're on the level at all. Bobby Armstrong says, are they going to make any other Z fighters get God Ki? Well, I don't have an answer for you on that, but I can tell you that in Dragon Ball Heroes, Namekians, Majins, humans, everybody can get God Ki in the game. As far as the series goes, I could not tell you, but I'd be okay with it. Alexander Para, or is it Para, he says, did Majin Buu's involvement in Universe 7 unintentionally save the day by forcing an evolution of power? I think, he's talking about like how I think he's talking about how Buu was not in Team Universe 7, or maybe he's talking about Dragon Ball Z. I'm not really sure, but it's a tough question. I'm not really sure what he means by this. I think what he's saying is, having Buu not be there would have made it, or having Buu be there with Team Universe 7 would have made it easier for them, and I somewhat do agree with that because he's got hacked moves, okay? So that being said, him not being there allowed that Frieza Goku moment, so I think it was a win at the end. Trent wants to know about my religion and why I chose it. I do not discuss religion or politics on this channel. That's just something I don't talk about. Chad Thomas Karsten, do you support a Lunch and Tenshin Han relationship episode? Yes, I do, and I want to see it. One thing Super did not give us is Lunch coming back. Not even like once, and I'm let down by that. Jamie Brain says, would you like to have a special where we find out about Bardock's parents and basically looking at Goku's family tree? Interesting. He's talking about Bardock's parents, not Goku's dad Bardock and his mom Gine. He's talking about Goku's biological grandfather. That would be cool. If there's a story to be told, I'd be alright with it. Amir says, what if Cell with the DNA from Frieza should have focused on training instead of absorbing? Shouldn't he have gotten so significantly stronger? The Z fighters wouldn't have stood a chance. I already did a video about this called Is Golden Cell Possible? It's an old video I did with Laughingstock about 3 years ago, but it still applies. The answer is yes, but I feel like Perfect Cell would have had to have been the one to train. So, hypothetically speaking, because Cell has Frieza's DNA, it does make sense that if the dude had trained harder, like maybe for 4 months like Frieza, he would be unstoppable. That does make sense, and we cover it in that video. Enrique Ruiz, why is Toriyama so obsessed with 17? In GT, he was way too OP, and now again, what the hell? By that logic, Cell should be at Vados level. Well, first of all, Toriyama did not write the Super 17 arc, so that eliminates that right there. As far as why he's so obsessed with 17, he just decided to give him some shine in this arc, bro. Like, I wouldn't overthink that. Speaking of 17, Bo writes, how do you feel about 17 winning the Tournament of Power? Did it surprise you? Also, what about Frieza Team with Goku? I loved all of it. When I criticized the episode, I got a lot of shit for it. And all I was trying to say in the criticism was that the last half felt rushed. That was really what I had said. And when I went back and watched it a second time, I did kind of change my mind. I did enjoy the episode a lot more. Loved the twist of 17 winning, and I loved Goku and Frieza teaming up. I thought it was visually amazing, and it really hit me in the feels. Stephen Hayworth, why do you think Gohan was the only Saiyan to not break through his limits inside Tournament of Power, and do you think he'll ever live up to the hype he once had? At this point, I don't think so, dude. I think they had their chance here. They built him up, and that was a criticism that I had of this arc. They built him up in the pre-arc episodes of having like this big moment and surpassing everything and whatnot. Right? So yeah, like I unfortunately I don't know. I think it's kind of too little too late at this point. I wish they would, but it just doesn't seem likely. Cameron Bird says, what's your favorite color? How's your day been? My favorite color is royal blue, and I've had a pretty good day so far. Joseph Hume, do you think that the start of the next Dragon Ball Super series will be an enemy from one of the original universe deleted by Zenon and will it be more powerful than Jiren? I can't really speak on too much of that yet as far as Super goes, right? I did do a video a couple days ago with Quaman discussing this, and I think that is a good idea for an arc. As far as being stronger than Jiren, difficult to say as well. Have you thought about investing into trading like Forex? I do trade, but not Forex. Cameron Catcher, I have a lot of investments. Like I can't really do a video on it because I don't even know if you guys even care. But I'm pretty good at financial planning. So Cameron Catcher says, do you think we'll see Vegito in the future again? That's a good question. That is a great question, actually. I hope so, and I hope we see more of him, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Ulysses Torres, can you roll perfect blunts? I was never good at it. I've only tried once when I was in high school. Don't do drugs, kids. William Otaku Baker, do you think the manga will go past Tournament of Power and maybe give us hints for the next arc? If you would have asked me that 2 months ago, I would have said no. If you asked me that today, which you have, I'm going to say yes. I think so. Do you think we'll ever see Uzaru Great Ape again? I really hope so. One of the things that we got blue-balled on with Dragon Ball is that we never got two Great Apes fighting. We never got it. GT teased us a little bit. We almost had it there. But Goku then gets Super Saiyan 4. We never saw two Great Apes fight. And I always wanted to see that. So I hope that at some point, if they do bring the Saiyans back like they're going to do in this upcoming movie, maybe we will see that form again. Sufyan Syed, would you say Super's better than GT? I think GT has better concepts, but the execution was not the best. Super's less boring. That's my thoughts on that. Ryan Okinawa, will Goku get Master Ultra Instinct again? I did a video about that last week. Go to the channel, look up, I think it was called No More Ultra Instinct, that we discussed that, me and MJ did. So I have a whole video for you on that. Enaras Janulis, again, if I butcher your name, please forgive me. Hey, Geetam, do you think that Zarama, who created the Super Dragon Ball, is going to appear later in the series? And what do you think Zarama in general? Well, I don't know anything about him other than what we know, but I would love to see it. Because I want to know what the source of that dragon's power actually is. You would think that Zarama may actually have power that supersedes Zeno. I might do a video about that. Ryan says, when do you find time for myself? Almost never, bro. DJ Ron Nidu, he says, what new series anime will you cover since Dragon Ball will not have consistent updates? I'm doing a video about that this week about what the channel's going to be doing. So I'm probably going to take a poll with y'all, but I got a lot of videos coming, dude. Tons of stuff coming out. Have you any plans to visit the UK? Not this year. Maybe in the future. Chris Bradford, do you think Goten will ever get a push? No, I don't think so. I wish he would. I wish that he would grow up. If they grow up, Goten and Trunks, I would love it. Like, you know, like in GT, but actually have them matter. I don't see him getting a big push, though. Ryan Foster, was Frost brought back? Yes, Frost was brought back. He's in the episode. Look for him. Watch the scene where Universe 6, they show them. He's on the left side. Benjamin Reed, top 3 favorite and least favorite Dragon Ball characters. Good question. I think my 3 favorites are Champa, Frieza, and probably it used to be Boo, but I'm gonna go with Vegeta. Least favorite is probably those two snipers that killed the old people and ended up like shooting Mr. Satan in the Boo saga. Like I hate those guys because they represent everything bad about humanity. You feel me on that one? And who else is one of my least favorite characters? I gotta give you one more. I don't know. Probably those monks that were bullying Krillin. I actually like all the Dragon Ball villains, dude. Like I like all of them. So, you know. Would you ever consider doing a draw my life video? We can know where you came from and how you got to where you are. I don't know what a draw my life video is, but I have a speakdom on my channel from late last year where I talked about a lot about myself. So if you haven't checked that out, go to the playlist, go to speakdoms. They've been moved to World of Geekdom. They're on the second channel, but I have one there where I talked a little bit about myself. I don't know what a draw my life video is, though. I've never heard of that before. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me. Chris Peer, Master Ultra Instinct Goku or Vegito Blue in a no time limit fight. Congrats on 500k. Bro, easily Master Ultra Instinct Goku. That's a different level. Different level with that power. Zachary David, besides Gohan not winning the TOP like you wanted, what was the other big upset for you in regards to the arc? I think there's a few. I did a video on Laughingstock's channel about the things I didn't like about it. Piccolo's mistreatment and Gohan's, I think, let me down a lot, to be honest with you. And I didn't like how it was so Universe 7 centric. So but that's just kind of the bigger picture type things, you know. I wanted more of a Rumble type thing. Matthew Frasetti, do you think Dragon Ball Super manga will see a full color release, and should I hold out for it? That's a great question, because I have no idea, because it took years, decades, for the Dragon Ball manga to get a full color release. So if it happens, it'll be a while from now. Is it likely? Maybe. I can't say. But the Dragon Ball manga, the original Dragon Ball manga, is so coveted, especially in Japan. It's so beloved that you're going to get stuff like that, whereas Super never gets that kind of love over there. Android 21, smash your pass. I don't really mess around with cartoon women. And yes, Dragon Ball is a cartoon. Please don't sit there and say it's an anime. It doesn't matter where the animation's from. Japan, Russia, Cuba, South America. It's a cartoon. It's a synonym. So I guess I would smash if she was real. Hamza Asri. Hey, Geekdom, big fan of yours. My question is, in your opinion, who's the Saiyan in the movie teaser and what transformation or form will he have? No idea. I don't think it's Yamoshi. Because if you remember, Yamoshi is like a good guy. But it's somebody from that era, right? The pre-Frieza Saiyans. And I think he might have a form of Ultra Instinct. Maybe I'm wrong. But he almost has to compete, right? Or maybe he's going to be raw strong. Maybe it'll be a new transformation. Who knows? Eric Richards, if DBS creates a spin-off series, what would you like to see? Alright, I love this question because I want it. I want it bad. I want the history of Hit. Him assassinating dudes. This has to be like an adult anime, though. We gotta have violence, blood, Devilman stuff, you know. None of this censored Dragon Ball shit. I want it to be hardcore. I want a Pride Troopers series. Not just about Jiren, but about the entire group. Like a superhero type thing. I would love to see that. I would love a Dangerous Trio series, and I would love, and I know I might get some crap for this, but I want a Magical Girls Kamikaze Fireballs with Ribrianne. That would be awesome to watch. Universe 2 stories. That'd be great. Those are the ones I would pick. Hunter Blackwood, can you go in depth about some of the stuff you've been doing about Kamehacon? Maybe some behind the scenes details that you're allowed to talk about. I'm curious as to a bunch of stuff that's led to the making of the con, the acquirement of people like Ryo Horikawa. That's like a separate video. Maybe we'll talk about it at the con, right? Because I don't know if, like, I see where you're coming from. All I'm doing for Kamehacon is I'm organizing the panels and kind of recruiting panelists and, you know, coming up with ideas, like, as far as the content. I'm not handling tickets or guests or any of that stuff. Horikawa was a suggestion that I made, but it was not booked by them. I mean, by me. It was booked by them, by the convention. They got that deal secured. So I am not taking any, I guess, what's the word? I'm not involved in the booking stuff. I'm just helping out with content. Michael says, Erdogan says, do you think Frieza's golden form was a way for him to change his body so it was better suited for fighting? Like making adrenaline pump faster or making him more adrenal glands in such other ways to make him faster and stronger? I think every transformation is kind of like that in a way. In a way, you know what I mean? I think everyone has a little bit of that in it. But I love how you're talking about adrenal glands and things like that. That's real, like, real life physics, like, you know, the human body and whatnot. I think they're all like that. Would you rather work out with Goku or Vegeta? I think Vegeta. I like gravity training. Gavron, Kyle Lanenberg, Geekdom 101. Do you think they'll ever use the Oob character in Dragon Ball series again? Yes. Yes, I think if Super comes back, we'll see Oob. Muhanjir Mohammed, you're a very big Frieza fan. Who do you think will win a battle between Frieza or 17? I'm going to say 17. I know people aren't going to agree with me, but 17 was way too strong in this arc and had way too much stamina. He will outlast Frieza. That's the way I see it. If you could have chosen a roster for Universe 7, who would it have been, dead and villains allowed? That's a great freaking question, dude. I mean, I would have brought in Arale. That would have been it, bro. Arale and Jiren. Sayonara. What a great fight that would have been. Cell would have been cool because they already brought Frieza back. I would have probably taken Roshi out. I liked Roshi, dude. He was awesome in this thing. Maybe take Tien out. And maybe brought in like Arale. I think that would have been awesome. If they were going to continue DBS, where would you want them to see them go with it after End of Z? I want them to go past the End of Z for new stories. David Rodriguez, do you think we'll see Topo and Jiren in the upcoming movie? I love your channel. Keep up the great work. I don't know. It's not about them. I think it's more likely they're going to come back in the series when it comes back, like the next arc or whatever, than in the movie. But I could be wrong. I'll have to see them. Your personal... this is the last question, by the way, because we're going up on the 20-minute... or we're almost at 20-minute mark here. Your personal favorite Dragon Ball moment. And by the way... you know, it is first come, first serve, and there's so many questions I got, dude, like, and they're good questions, you know what I mean? But we're going to do more of these in the future if you want them. Like, if this video gets a lot of love, I'll do more of these. They're fun. They are fun to do. Your favorite personal Dragon Ball moment? God, there's so many. Gohan transforming on Cell. Japanese version's amazing. Goku reuniting with his dad. Grandfather. Grandpa Gohan. Goku reunited with Grandpa Gohan in the Baba arc was just beautiful. Goku and Tenshin Han, like, being celebrated at the end of the 20-second tournament, brings a tear to my eye. God, there's just so many, bro. When Trunks first shows up and cucks Frieza, like, man, there's just a lot, dude. Like, what a great franchise this is, you know. It's got problems, but God, I love Dragon Ball. I mean, dude, I had this one clown comment on my Facebook saying, I don't think you really love Dragon Ball. I think you're doing it for the money. It's like, are you stupid, bro? You know how much money I've spent on Dragon Ball merchandise, toys, DVDs, posters? I got over 1,500 videos on Dragon Ball, bro. How can you sit there and ever say I don't love Dragon Ball? I fucking study it. I watch it over and over again. I watch different dubs. That's like, why would you ever make a channel on something you hate and have it last 3 years like this one? Like, come on, dude. I love Dragon Ball, and I know most of you do too. So, for different reasons, or maybe the same. Anyways, I am done with this Q&A. Happy April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's video, but it is a 500K. Thank you, and we'll have more stuff coming this week. Arc review of the Tournament of Power. Also, a big announcement coming up in the middle of the week about the future of the channel. And I think you'll be interested in seeing that. So, love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Remember to take care of yourself and each other. And don't be fooled by the April Fool's pranks, because they're going to be around.